Jess Kelly's here. You have, Jess Kelly, been at large in Europe.
Yes, indeed. Over the weekend, I went to Brussels because something really interesting was happening. It's called the EU Citizens Panels. So last year, there was a conversation and a lot of dialogue around how do we get citizens in Europe to be more involved in the decisions that are being made about the future of our world. So over the last number of months, they've held citizens panels on things like food waste, the future of our cities. And I was there to look specifically at the one on virtual worlds. So what they do is they invited 150 European citizens from all member countries to go to Brussels across 3 weekends. So they were in Brussels in February. There was a Zoom session held last month. And then this month was the final session with the same 150 people there to talk through a whole host of topics around, what will life look like in the metaverse and how will AI be policed and so on. And what was really interesting was they had representatives from every demographic. There wasn't just one age cohort there. They had people as young as 16, and I don't know what the oldest age was, but there was a very good spectrum, and they wanted to get the citizens to tackle some of the issues that legislators do and draw up some recommendations. Okay,
now some of the recommendations, a police force to act in the virtual world.
Yeah, this is fascinating. And the conversation was very much around how it can be almost like catching smoke, trying to find people who carry out crimes online. So should we have a unified police force similar to Europol that works in a borderless capacity to try and tackle and also prevent different types of cybercrime? There was a lot of understanding and discussion about how, this technology, this type of crime is going through the roof. It's only going to increase as new methods of technology and crime go through the roof. So should we have a body, and there was a recommendation that was strongly supported, that we have a police force that can work without borders to tackle this type of crime.
Then there's another one about teacher training.
Yeah, very interesting. Again, looking at how digital skills and technology is as fundamental at this stage now as learning to cross the road safely and tying your shoelace. But there was concern that teachers perhaps themselves don't have the education and the full scale of the knowledge to engage in conversations with our young people. And what I thought was really interesting was, the suggestion that this is something, it's not like your driver's license, so you're a teacher and you go through this test once and that's it. It's something that will be done on a continuous basis to ensure that teachers can have informed conversations about online safety, security, artificial intelligence and so on with young people.
Well, all these recommendations, will they be acted upon?
Yeah, so all of the recommendations that came from this weekend will now be attached on to the conversations and any legislation that comes down the track as a result of this. So it's not just a box ticking initiative. It is about empowering people to be involved in the decisions that will impact all of us.
Now, questions coming in for Jess. Is there a product on the market that connects to the TV and enables you to listen to the TV at your own level, separate to others around you? That's from Mary.
Yeah, this is something that we've come up against a few times. Some people have been asking, if it's possible to connect via Bluetooth headphones and so on. It depends on the TV itself. I know that we at home have an external amplifier that the sound travels through. So it is possible to connect headphones that way. What I'd recommend is get on to some of there are plenty of organisations out there looking to help people in terms of accessibility. If you're struggling to find them, if you email techtalk@newstalk.com, I will take a look and get back to you.
One of the issues is that you can go on Bluetooth, but then you're the only one with the headphones. You're the only one who can hear it if the set automatically mutes itself. So
yes, you need
that's the problem
you need some
overcome.
sort of splitter. So I can look into it for sure and come back to you with some suggestions.
Ask Jess, please, what Chromebook she would recommend. I mostly use my laptop for Word documents, Netflix, Teams, Zoom. Do they have USB connections? That's from Nuala.
You can get ones that have USB connections. The majority of them now do. However, it's worth noting that a lot of devices are moving from USB to USB-C, which is the universal charger, in some time. The one that I'd recommend, it's the Asus Chromebook CX1. It's €300, a very solid device, and would be well able to do all of the things that you need.
I have Huawei mobile phone. As my storage is almost full, what would be a suitable tablet that I can transfer all my photographs to? I have an Apple Air Mac, but it doesn't allow me to transfer the images.
Okay, what I would recommend here is on your Huawei phone, download the Google Photos app. It's completely free to do, and sync all of your photographs to that. Then go to your laptop and open photos.google.com, and you will see all of your photographs there. They will be stored in the cloud and accessible wherever you go once you log in with your account details, or you could save them locally to the laptop if you want. I think buying another device to store photographs on solely probably isn't the best idea, so I think moving to the cloud solution might be best.
Could you ask Jess what printer she could recommend? A home printer for some photo printing, but mainly for printing documents. My current printer has died. That's from Michael.
It depends on how much you want to spend and also the quality of the photos that you want printed. You can get a very basic HP DeskJet printer. It's the 2720. That is an all-in-one printer and it would do the job. The pictures may not look fantastic. If you want to spend a little bit more, you can do so. However, not only is the printer more expensive, but so too are the ink cartridges and the photo paper. I think it might be better off getting your photos printed in a specialist outlet, or even a pharmacy. In the long run, for the amount that you'd be printing, I'd say it is cheaper.
My Virgin remote for my 360 box seems to be broken. Can a generic remote do the trick, or maybe a phone app?
It'll do. There are remote apps that you can get that work. I think it's off infrared, and it will do the job for the majority of things. And when I say that,
the generic remotes, you kind of program it. You set it up and
you sync it with the TV. Basically,
you sync it with the TV, and you keep trying until it finds the model.
Exactly. Yeah, you keep on. Now it's a bit cumbersome, and also there are certain features that may not work with the generic remote. You could always just get onto Virgin and ask them to send you a new remote. I don't think it would be something that's massively expensive. In terms of the apps and so on, they work great for turning it on, off, and volume. But I would get onto Virgin as your first protocol,
because the remote does a lot more work than simply volume and all of that. Looking for a health app to manage my heart rate, my blood oxygen level, are they reliable?
Again, it depends on the brand, and the app itself doesn't do it. You need to have something on your wrist to measure the metrics to be able to feed into an app and then give you the data that way. A lot of research, money and time has gone into developing some great ones. So Apple are doing a whole host of stuff in this regard. Apple Watch, it's quite expensive, but Fitbit is great. What they say, and when you're setting up all of these devices, is don't replace going to the doctor with a watch or an app. It's grand for monitoring day to day.
Heart specialists and so on are actually using output from Apple Watches. Yeah,
cardiologists now, if anybody, or in some instances, if you do have a heart condition, they will ask that you get a smartwatch that has an ECG reader, which a lot of the newer models would do. So yes.
Is a subscription to YouTube worth it, and what do you get with it? I'm so sick of seeing the ads. That's from Kevin.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I think my YouTube Premium subscription is the one that I would be slowest to give up of all of my many
subscriptions. Does everything vanish?
Everything vanishes. You don't get any of those annoying pop-ups on the side. You don't get the pre-roll or the mid-roll ads. It's all gone away. It's 12 quid a month. You can also continue to listen to videos if you lock your phone. You can download videos, take them offline. I think it's definitely worth it.
Okay, and a final one. Looking for a new laptop for working from home. Anything good for under 1,000?
Oh, under 1,000, absolutely. You're spoiled for choice. Something like the Lenovo IdeaPad range is great, and they are built to last. So I would look at that.